and I start sharing, and I know they're not listening. They're either looking at somebody else or they're trying to have two conversations at one time. And sometimes I'll just stop talking. And when they walk on, I'm like, I mean, it's hurtful. You know, you feel like you asked me, and I was sharing my heart, and you didn't even realize that I didn't even finish. You know? So that's an important one for us, is to make sure that we're really, truly listening. And it can be very hurtful when we don't receive the same thing.
And I think so this happens not only with friends, happen with family, at home,
Absolutely.
with our husband or wife, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's
One of my brothers that passed away several years ago once said, he said, when we're all together, he said, somebody asked me something, and I start answering, and nobody ever knows that I've stopped talking, that I've just stopped answering what they asked me. He said, because they're so caught up in so many different conversations.
Yeah, yeah. So think about that. Whether it be my husband or my daughter, my friend, if they're sharing something with me and I'm acting like I'm listening, and then Linda was just kind of describing the same situation, and then 30 minutes or an hour down the road, I turn around and ask them something that they just shared with me an hour ago, and they say, I just told you that. What is that saying to that person? I didn't listen. I didn't listen. I wasn't listening.
or I don't have interest in what you're talking.
I wasn't interested, or even worse, I don't care. And maybe that's not true, but that's what it felt like to that other person.
Yeah, the other thing is when we see two people in a conversation, we should try not to interrupt.
That's true. And I'm bad about that.
We all are.
Yeah.
But we have to be conscious
Right.
of doing it to get better.
Being conscious of it. That's right. Yeah, it's a big one. It's a big deal. And did you say James 1:19?
190, yes.
I'm gonna write that one down.
Right. This is
Yeah.
perfect.
So, this is actually bringing us to the end here. So
Trying to get a doctor's.
everything that we just talked about was just a sampling
Yes.
of
It is
some
something
things that we can be conscious of when we're having conversations and building relationships. There's so much more than what we just went through. And my hope and prayer for each of you is that you'll have the conversations that'll lead to those wonderful, fulfilling relationships in your lives that will ultimately lead us into relationships where we can share Christ with other people. And even within our own church and our ladies who we know already know Christ, but back to what we said earlier, what can happen when we focus on building those relationships is just lifting each other up. We all need it, and growing from each other. That's what I hope for all of you. I shared my story with you at the beginning of how I've been working on that for myself, and I have met some wonderful new friends, gotten to know people that, Carol, I've seen you around church the whole entire time I've been here, all these years, and I really just got to know you in the last couple of months, and it's just been so wonderful.
I feel the same way.
Same thing with Dean. I mean, we've connected on something recently that I just feel so close to you now. And Jean, a new friend, how wonderful it's been getting to know you. And I mean, just, I know some of you very well in this room and some of you not so well. And it's a journey for me to get to know as many people as I can and develop those relationships. And it's not easy because of all that stuff we mentioned earlier, you know, time, personalities, all that stuff.
Lisa,
Yes.
is there any way that you could speak before our church? This program.
Well,
I think
I think I'll probably share it next year in the Bible, the community Bible study. I'm sure I'll be doing that at some point next year.
Not from the pulpit.
I don't know about that.
Say good.
Very good.
But, that's what I wanted to share with you today. And I challenge you to all just, if it's just one new person, getting to know somebody new and developing a relationship with that person, and we'll all be stronger in the long run, and we can do wonderful things for the Lord and for our church. Thank y'all.
Very good.
Amen.